Good morning and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at Mark chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "And he preached, saying, After me comes he who is mightier than I, the strap of whose sandal I am not worthy to stoop down and untie." Today and tomorrow we will be considering the message of John. Now the first part that we see here in verse 7 is we see that he is already pointing to the one that comes after him. John always knew that he was not the main event, that he wasn't the foretold Messiah. He says this in another gospel where someone asks him directly, "Are you the Christ? Are you the Messiah?" He says, "No, I'm not. I point towards him. I am his forerunner. I am the one that comes before him to prepare his way." But also, John is aware of the fact that the one that is coming after him is mightier than him. Now, what does this mean? Well, in the context, if John understands that he is the voice crying in the wilderness, as Isaiah said, and I think he does, then I believe that John fully intends here to be talking about God, Jesus in particular. John is aware of the fact that God in the flesh is going to be coming after him. And the idea here is that people should not get too focused on him. They should be listening to what he has to say, getting ready for the one who is coming after him, who is Jesus. But notice, John also fleshes this out a little bit by saying that he is not worthy to stoop down and undo the strap of his sandal, of the one who's coming after him's sandal. This is an incredible statement. Usually in the ancient Near East, servants, lowly servants, were the ones that would undo or do the straps of their master's sandals. This is not something that well-respected people, prophets, and great teachers did. They were worthy of greater honor. And yet, John here is saying, look, I am not worthy. I am not worthy to undo this man's shoes who is coming after me. That is quite a statement from John, from a man who Jesus will later say is one of the greatest men to ever be born. John says of himself, I'm not even worthy enough to untie his shoes. This shows John's understanding of his place. It shows his humility. It shows that he understands that Jesus is the most important one who is coming. As John himself will later say in another gospel, he, that is Jesus, must increase and I must decrease. Brothers and sisters, many of us could learn from John and his attitude here. It is sad that so many people who are believers get this notion in their heads that somehow they are the end-all, be-all, and they're not. It's about Jesus. If we have the ability to preach well and teach well, if we have the ability to go on mission trips, if we have the ability to give it greatly, to sing well and play instruments, that's not something that just came from us. That is a gift from the Lord himself, sometimes by the empowering of the Spirit. We don't deserve those things. We're not worthy of those things. We are not worthy to bend down and untie Jesus' shoes. And yet, he calls us to be his people. He calls us and equips us to do amazing things. And so, brothers and sisters, remember this, that the calling of Jesus, the Christian faith, it is not something to glorify ourselves, to raise ourselves up high. It's something to magnify Christ with. And if we are stuck in this mindset that says, well, I'm the most important one, then we need to repent of that because we have lost our way in that. Jesus is mightier than us. Jesus is the most important. We need to be pointing people to Him. We're not the Messiah. He is. We can't save people. He can. We could do none of these things without Him. So, brothers and sisters, as you go through your day today, think on these things. Do you need to repent of haughtiness and arrogance? Do you need to repent of thinking that you are the center of your own universe, or the center of your family's universe, or your church's universe? Because I assure you, friend, you're not. Jesus is. Think on these things. And if you know these things, then brothers and sisters, rejoice in this and continue to point others to the one who is mightier than all. Have a great day.